I'm spying with my Anayim something wonderful, with people here to support and care for and love each other. I'm seeing our community. And so as we see our community, as we come together, we rise for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Senses, not only our eyes as we use our goofy goofs to get into Shabbat, we use our ears too to listen. We take in all of the sounds that are around us. And maybe as you hear those sounds around you, you might just hear the voice of someone you love, someone who's thinking of you, caring for you, wanting to help you. If only you listen, you might be able to hear how you can be a part of something so much bigger than yourself. And we hear it in these words we're about to say, the Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. You can go ahead and sit down again as we continue with a prayer about God's love for us, the Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לעוד על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
When we think of the things that we hope for in our world, we think of our moment of being able to get from one side of our challenges to the other, to be able to grow, to be able to change. Who here is growing? Anyone here growing? Who's grown a little bit today? The wrong way, says one of the adults. Yeah? Who thinks that we should grow every day, even if not physically, we should grow by learning more and getting a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser, maybe learning how to do something new? Yeah? So what we're going to do, we're going to make a little play out of this. We're going to stand on up, everyone, and we're going to make a little path for our kids to go through and to appreciate getting from one side to the other, being able to grow every single day. So adults, come on over here. We're going to make the Red Sea, and we're going to have our kids go through.
Adults see red tunnel.
The way that you're growing. And so now we're going to continue. We'll say a little prayer for Shabbat. We continue with Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asod et ha-Shabbat לדורותם בראשית העולם. Vishamru Israel et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראשית העולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראשית העולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראשית העולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראשית העולם.
And we're just ready now to stand up with our words on the screen. We can continue into the Amidah, the standing prayer.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up of my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chasei Avot v'Imahot, U'mei Gula Libnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Abraham Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia.
At the screen here, you are holy, God. Even your name is holy. And we want to be like you. You are strong.
We can be strong.
You help people.
We can help people.
You make freedom possible.
We can make people free.
You remember the people who came before us. We can remember them and the lessons they taught us. You are special, God.
We are special too.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Have a seat once again. As we think about the ways that we can be special, we think about all those people that are special in our own lives. And we have this prayer called the Misha Berach Lecholim, the prayer in the name of our ancestors for healing, that we use each week in order to focus our attention and our thoughts and our concern and our hopes for all of those people who are in need of healing. And you might be thinking of someone specifically who maybe they're a member of your family or a friend of yours or someone you care very deeply about and love, and you want them to feel better. You want them to feel healthy and whole. So we're going to go ahead and let all of those thoughts come into our hearts. If you want to share the name of anyone you are thinking of, you can. And all of us open ourselves up to receiving all of those individuals' prayers for healing in our entire world so that we can have the hope that our prayer can bring that healing to our world that we need.
Fred and Pat.
For Fred and Pat.
Robert Bedoin.
For Robert. And Jeff. For Grandpa Richard. For all those people we mentioned, the many, many more people that we leave unmentioned. We hope for refuah shlema, complete healing, as we continue with the Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say,
So each Shabbat, we get to read stories from Torah to teach us about how to be good. And this week, I've brought a special friend to help us with our story. This is Tom. Can everyone say hi to Tom?
Hi, Tom.
Oh, hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I love stories and I love being helpful too. It's great, Tom. So this week in Torah, Moses is way up high on Mount Sinai. Do you know who Moses is, Tom? I'm pretty sure I've heard of him. Wasn't he the one who freed the Jews from Egypt? Close, but it wasn't the juice, but the Jews that Moses freed. And it actually was God that freed the Jews. But you're right, Moses helped a lot. Oh, I remember. Well, great. Anyway, Moses is getting the Torah from God this week. He's writing down all the stories and all the commandments and all the instructions when he has a question. Really? What was his question? Well, he asked God for something very special. He asked God for permission to see God's face. That sounds really cool. Well, except that no one living can see God's face. Oh, so what did he do? Well, good question, Tom. What happened is that God agreed instead to show Moses his back. And so he had Moses stand in a special place, and he passed by him. And you know what Moses saw? What did he see? He saw all of God's goodness passing before him. Oh, that sounds nice. Wait, Rabbi, now I have a question. Yes, Tom? What's your question? Well, I was thinking, since Moses sees God's back, does that mean that God has a body just like you and me? Well, that's a great question. And it is confusing, but actually we don't believe that God has a body at all. It's just easier for us to relate to God when we think about God having a body just like us. But Rabbi, I want to tell you something. Sure, Tom. What is it? Well, this one time I had a dream that I saw God's feet, and they were huge, and I was so little, like an ant next to them, and God was tall, and... Tom, you mean you dreamed you saw God's feet? God doesn't have feet, though. Oh, well, I don't have feet either. I know you don't have feet. Does that mean that I'm like God? We're all a little bit like God, Tom, because we are all created in the image of God, B'Tselem Elohim, whether we have feet or not. The image of God? That's right. When God made people, God made them in God's image, so that we knew it was important to be nice to everyone, and so we could think like God and learn to act the way God wants us to act. Like by being a good friend? Well, precisely. It's not knowing what God looks like or even believing in God that's important, but it's in using our bodies to take care of the world and to make the world good. Oh, look, Rabbi. I'm looking, Tom. I'm using my body to jump up and down. Yes, I see that. And look now, I'm using my arm to wave at my friends. I see that too. And look, I can even use my arms to give you a hug. Oh, yes, Tom. There's all kinds of good things that we can use our bodies for, and a lot of them are pretty fun too. In Hebrew, did you know that the word for body is goof? Goof is a pretty funny word. Look, I'm using my body to be goofy. Why, yes, you are. You know what, Tom? I think that Janet has a song to teach us about using our bodies to be goofy. Is that right?
There's a song for everything.
There's a song for everything? Really?
Oh.
Everybody stand up.
Here's your goofy goof.
So this is the chorus. My goofy goof moves in a million ways. My goofy moves prove that I do it my way. So let's try that. My goofy goof moves in a million ways. My goofy moves prove that I do it my way. So dance with me, come on and give it a shot. Move your goof, 'cause it's the only goof you got. The goof you got. The goof you got. The goof you got. Jump up and down like a happy kangaroo. Oh my gosh, you guys are such good kangaroos. Slither like a snake. Sneak around the room. Chase like a cheetah. Running round the track. Teeter like a turtle. Suck on its back. Goofy is my body and Goofy's just for me. Goofy is the only way I really wanna be. Be goofy in your body. Be goofy your own way. It's groovy to be goofy, so let's goofy goof today. My goofy goof moves in a million ways. My goofy goofs prove that I do it this way. So dance with me, come on and give it a shot. Move your goof, 'cause it's the only goof you got. The goof you got. The goof you got. The goof you got. Cha-cha like a chimp, swinging from the tree. Mambo like a monkey, won't you dance with me? Squat like a squirrel with acorns in its hand. Stomp like a stallion. Goofy is my body and Goofy's where I jam. No need to readjust, I'm perfect just the way I am. Be goofy in your body, be goofy your own way. It's groovy to be goofy, so let's goofy goof today. My goofy goof moves in a million ways. My goofy moves prove that I do it all. So dance with me, come on and give it a shot. Move your goof, 'cause it's the only goof you got. The goof you got. The goof you got. The goof you got. So shake your dime way up in the air. Now stomp your climb like you really don't care. Bend your kaim. Now bend your gov. Your gov. Now rub your belly. Yummy food is what you love. Tap, tap your roche. Can you feel your sahar? Your sahar? I have a lot of sahar, actually.
Your hair.
Your roche is pretty heavy. It's sealed up by your savar. The muscle in your zroa is hard like a stone. Let me see your zroas. Yeah. But it's not as strong as the mighty Lashon. My goofy goof moves in a million ways. My goofy moves prove that I do it right. So dance with me, come on and give it a shot. Move your goof, 'cause it's the only goof you got. The goof you got. The goof you got. The goof you got.
Whoa.
That was beautiful goofs.
Woo.
Yafe, yafe.
All right. Well, what do we think here, Tom? Do we think that it's time to do hamotzi and we can then enjoy a little bit of our craft? We're going to use our bodies to make some art in just a minute, but before we do that, we have a little bit of juice to be able to have Shabbat, and we have some hamotzi containers for everyone here. We're going to give one to each child for you to enjoy once you leave here. Whoop, here we go. And we'll go ahead and hold the juice high. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. And it's so sweet. And we'll go ahead and say hamotzi before we say Shabbat Shalom and goodbye to all our friends online. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. We'll go ahead and turn around and wave to the camera and say Shabbat Shalom to all of our friends online. Shabbat Shalom. We're so glad you joined us. Come back and join us next month when we have another Tot Shabbat. And now it's time for us to do a special